Okay, hello everyone. My name is Emily Lee and I'm the Marketing Promotions Manager over at the Santa Barbara Independent. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Downtown Business Spotlight. For those of you who don't know, Downtown Business Spotlight is an interview series hosted by the Santa Barbara Independent and Downtown Santa Barbara, where we interview and highlight different downtown business owners. So we are in our 54th week, I believe, of doing this show. So it's been a solid just over a year time, and we've gotten to talk to a lot of different great people in our community who are doing great things. So it's been just so nice to host this with Downtown Santa Barbara each week. If you've missed any of the other previous 53 talks or episodes that we have done, you can check them out both on independent.com/spotlight or downtownsb.org, and you will see all of the previous episodes there. And we're recording this conversation, so you'll be able to watch it on either of those two sites as well afterwards. If you have any questions for our guests today, please put them in the chat or the Q&A box, and we will be sure to ask them. And yeah, so let's get started. Our host today is Robin Elander. Robin is the Executive Director of Downtown Santa Barbara. And I've just loved hosting the show with her each week. So with that, I will turn it over to Robin.
Thank you so much, Emily. I'm so excited to be here with you both today. Downtown organization is been in existence for about 50 years. Our goal and our daily activities are to promote and support downtown businesses. We support about 1,400 businesses in the downtown core. And today we have the privilege to connect with Erica Brown of Dillon Star, who has multiple businesses in the downtown area, one in the Funk Zone and one in the Paseo Nuevo. So welcome so much, Erica. Great to see you. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you from the area? Tell us about yourself outside of your business, and then we'll dive into learning more about your business.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I was born and raised in Santa Barbara. I am very fortunate to have done that. I did have to move for a little bit of time just so you can really appreciate how good you have it living here. So my husband and I have been back for almost 12 years. So that's fantastic. I was a hairdresser for a very long time, for 18 years. We got to do a lot of traveling. We did photography together. We've gotten to do some amazing photography trips together. And then we just celebrated our 14-year anniversary last month. So
wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And so now about 3 years ago, I opened the business and actually was in the salon that I had worked at for about 16 years. So that was an incredible transition. I still did hair for a little while and then slowly actually got out of the hair business and retired and went straight into the full-time at the store that I had opened.
Oh, well, that's fabulous. Well, what a great transition to what is next. So tell us more about Dillon Star. What types of things do you carry? What inspired you to kind of take that leap into this direction?
Yeah. So I feel like my mom and I used to shop a lot as a young person. I felt like it was just this really fun experience. I always loved doing that with her. And over the years, kind of like traveling, it has changed, and you used to have this incredible experience shopping with your girlfriends or your family. And now for the last few years, I feel like it's really not been so much of an experience. You get in, you go into the store because you just need to find something quickly. There's not always this like help there, or it's just changed a little bit. So when I wanted to open, I just felt like I wanted to bring this fun part of shopping back, this experience back again. So what we've really tried to do, or what I've really tried to do, is just have more than just, t-shirts on display. That you come in, eventually I'd like to know who you are. I'd like to help you know what, ask you how the wedding was that you bought the dress for last weekend. We want more of like a community type of thing there. And then it was also a struggle for all different body types for people to walk into a boutique and find something that fit them. If they were petite or curvier or all these different things that people had struggled with. So we really try to have something for all types of body types. Obviously we have maybe a target market for age groups, but we want a grandmother and a grandchild to come in and shop together and have a great experience together. So that's kind of what our goal is, that, you feel better about yourself when you've left than walking in the door.
That's awesome. I so love that. That sounds really lovely. And I imagine people have such an interesting, good time when they come in because you're bringing, this previous experience that you had with your mother that you're trying to recreate every day for the people who come in your shop. So that's really awesome. Tell folks where exactly both your businesses are located. And also, we're happy to see that Robin and Grace are coming on, just checking in. Are you able to hear us and communicate? And we just got to get you on video too. There she is. Oh, wonderful. But while we're waiting for them to get situated, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit more about your locations, Erica?
Yeah, we have one in the Funk Zone right next door to Hazard's Bike Shop. So we actually share the parking lot there, which is fantastic since sometimes the Funk Zone can be challenging with parking. So it's awesome that we have a parking lot. And then we have one as a pop-up shop in Paseo Nuevo right next door to Sephora. And then on the 15th through 17th, we're having our grand opening. We're moving our pop-up shop in Paseo to the permanent location over across from the Gap on the corner right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Now that we have our two fabulous ladies that we've been hoping we're able to connect, Robin Barron and Grace Paulette from Salt Boutique, welcome. So great to see you both.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
great.
great.
Perfect timing. No worries at all.
Okay.
So, we're just getting started, and Erica's told us a little bit about herself and a little bit about her business. And so now it's your turn. Robin, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you've been in business quite a number of years downtown here, but are you from this area originally? Tell us about kind of pre-business before you dive into your existing business.
Sure. I grew up in Los Angeles and I graduated from Fairfax High School. And then I got married and we moved up here. So in the very beginning, I grew up with, my parents were interior designers. So we started in 1980 in a little place called Piccadilly Square, which a lot of people know it if you're way back in this town, right by where the Paseo Nuevo Mall is right now. And we started with furniture, and then we had gifts, and the gifts were selling, and a little bit of clothing, and the furniture was not moving. So we turned it into like a funky boutique. We had lots of cards, and I just was looking, I just found like an old article from the Independent, which unfortunately you won't be able to see it, but it's called A Clean Sweep, and we were called Swept Away. And we started making our own line of clothing. We did that maybe for 15 years before we, gave that up and just started doing retail to the public. So yeah, so that's a little bit of my history.
Oh, that's awesome. And what about you, Grace? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I used to be a hairdresser. And
how about that?
Yeah, and then before that,
because Erica was just talking about being a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Here, so sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Oh, that's okay. And I actually did retail before hair, and I don't know. I decided to go back to retail, and I like it. I like meeting new people and the fashion, and I like it a lot.
Beautiful. Well, you both have really interesting, beautifully designed shops that just have a warmth to them. I want to ask a little bit more. Robin, do you want to share kind of more so what inspired you to open your shop quite a number of years ago, and tell us exactly how many years have you been in business there? And has it always been, you said it was first and more inside of the Paseo area, and then how long have you been at your current Cannon Perdido location?
Yeah, right. Here we've been here, I think, about almost 7 years. Before this, we were on Santa Claus Lane. We were in an old gas station. We were the very first building as you drive onto Santa Claus Lane. And we were month to month for about 9 years. They were trying to, they finally did build, but for 9 years, they were trying to get the permits. And so we were in this funky gas station that everybody just loved right on the beach. And then finally they tore it down to build. And I think we've been here about 6 years ever since then. So in the very beginning, we went to Bali to design a line of shoes, and they were really sparkly. So we just called it Salt. And we had like mostly shoes in that store, a lot of beach items and a lot of shoes. And then when we came here, it was too hard to go back and forth to Bali, and we just switched over to just, all clothing. So, but it's been a career for 41 years. I had my daughter a week before I opened the store.
Wow.
So I did all the buying, like fully pregnant, 9 months pregnant. And she'll remind me, I said, oh, it's been 37 years. She's like, Mom, I'll be 41 in December. So I know it's been 41 years coming up.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You've got a person growing who is exactly the age of your shop. So
that's
really
right.
special.
And still going, still love it, Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Erica, we'll go back to you for a moment. Tell us a little bit more about the types of things that you have in your shop, what makes it special, and maybe a little bit about kind of the business model. How are you kind of curating some of the elements that you bring in?
Yeah. I really, just from being born and raised in Santa Barbara, I really felt like I tried to think of, how fancy will Santa Barbara get? What are the things that are popular? What are people wearing to dinner? Like just really trying to think about my friends and my clients for, the years that we've been here. So I really tried to think of that. And then when COVID happened, we actually turned my living room and kitchen into a gift basket scenario. So my poor husband, but we were lined up in our living room making gift baskets, and then we deliver them all over Santa Barbara and mail them all over the United States. And I found these very unique like gift items from different states and different like husband and wife teams that were making these very unique things. So I didn't want to get rid of that. So now we do have in our store like a section of gifty type things too, and accessories. And then like I had said before, I really like to have sizes for all different types of body types. That's really a main thing. So I'm constantly researching and trying to find different brands that cater to that.
How interesting. That's a great pivot. I imagine it was, a difficult year, especially since you just transitioned to a new spot and then opened your business downtown not too long ago. Tell us more about how, that experience of like how you chose that as like the way to kind of figure stuff out during this unique moment in time, and how has that kind of do you expect to keep that as part of your business going ahead?
Good question. Definitely talking to people, and with everything going on, people wanted to give back. They wanted to buy gifts for people, but there was a challenge of not being able to do that easily. So we just kind of took that idea and ran with it a little bit, that, if you can't go to your friend's house and drop something off for a special occasion, let me do that for you. Let me make it for you. I sent pictures. We would just do like thumbs up on all these photos. We built these really fun baskets for months, and we would cater it to kind of what that person, if they had kids, I would put puzzles in it. If they were into spa things, we would do that. So we just kind of got a whole bunch of random things, and it was really fun. It was challenging, but it was really fun. And I think that, as I'm sure Grace and Robin know, if you had to pivot at that time to find something that kept you relevant. I was a brand new business. I mean, I've been open for a year, and if people forgot Dylan Starr's name, like all that hard work is down the drain. So I just had to try to keep relevant and remembered. And I wanted to come back after all of this with something. And we were very fortunate enough that we got to grow, and with the help of, lots of people and loyal customers. I mean, a local business, I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later, that people want to support local. Like they've seen our hard work. They've felt the feels that we've all felt. We want to help each other. I mean, there is so much growth potential for all of us if we're around, that there is people that want to buy things and want to feel good about themselves. And we've been staring at our closet for a long time, and the same things that we've had in our house.
True.
And now we're getting to experience different things. And it's like this whole, you go to a concert again, you're like, what is this? This is so new. So there's a lot of exciting things for the future for all of us. It's just about, staying relevant and helping people as much as we can.
Oh, so true. And incredible way to kind of explore what's next as well. Robin, do you want to speak to that a little bit? So, you have been in business for 41 years with
Yeah.
different kind of renditions of what the business is like. Tell us what that's been like and how you've kind of pivot and change your business based on the times, and then also, how you've navigated this unique moment in time in the past. I guess we're moving on 2 years practically in the pandemic situation, but how has that been like to keep afloat, relevant, and kind of pivot over the 41 years that you've had your business? And congratulations too, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say for me, we've been here through other hard times financially, like there was the 2008 housing crisis, and we've had the fires and we've had the mudslides, and now this pandemic. And I would say for me, it's been about the hardest challenge of any of the 41 years that I came up against. And Erica, I love that idea, what you were doing. I wish I knew you were making baskets. I would have definitely ordered it. That's such a clever idea.
Thank you.
So we started doing private parties. So, everybody had their little pod that they were feeling comfortable hanging out with. And so, but they still wanted to shop. And so we did close the store for 6 months, 3 months, and then we did another 3 months. And in that time, we would just have these private parties come in, and it was really a lot of fun because it was like they got to have a party, something that they weren't even gathering to do, and I think everybody needs to have like that kind of community. So we're so isolated. And then I would say come this summer, everybody was so excited to be out and about again. I think everybody thought this pandemic was finishing. And we maybe had our best July in business that we ever had in business in 40 years. And then come August and the virus being back with this variant, it's just been really rough. I feel like I'm back into last year where I closed down almost. So I think it's so important. I think that during this time, I think a lot of people got so used to buying online because it's convenient and, it just comes right to your door and you're not out and about if you're worried about your health. And I think that people need to, I know they want to support, and I think also they need to come back downtown and shop and support the stores, because I see a way for the future. Like I'm working on my website, which doesn't give me a lot of time, but I am going to work on it because I think that's the way of the future. And I would hope that you don't lose the brick and mortar store, because I think you just lose the whole environment of like dealing with the people, which is what I love. So I almost became a therapist in my early days. That was my education. And you almost are a therapist when you are helping people, so they come in and, they have their problems, or they're celebrating, or their family getting married. And so that's the part I really love. So I could, be online and then just do a shipping, but that's not really like what speaks to my heart. So I'm hoping that people get out and about for the holidays and support. That's my biggest hope, really. That's what we all need, I think.
So true. And I think you can never let go of and the experience of being present with others, being, in a very local shop, that is curated by someone, like yourself for 41 years, Erica, starting business and kind of finding all of these really special pieces that you have. That is really different than just clicking something. You can go in and you can speak to people like yourselves, and you get the depth of understanding of what shopping local really is. So there's so much more heart there. There's more enjoyment of wearing, a piece of you have a connection to a sense of place that you can't find if you're, if you're clicking and buying something on a very local shop, that's still different because you're still connecting to something, and the likeliness that you've actually been in there and you are kind of just making something easy for yourself, that's still very different experience. So I totally agree with you. And I think that there's good energy coming from the holidays. We're already seeing, uptick in participation from different events that we're planning for the holidays. And so I'm feeling, cautiously optimistic about what is coming down the pike here. But tell us a little bit more, Grace, about what some of the special pieces that you really enjoy curating and sharing with your guests as they come in, your customers, and then we'll talk a little bit more to Erica about some of that as well.
Absolutely. I really enjoy that we have a lot of local made jewelry. Like these are my favorite earrings. I wear them every day. So really, it's a beautiful earring and it's a really nice price, and people like to buy locally designed items. The Baroque. Yeah. The Baroque is like a little Baroque pink pearl.
Okay.
Of course, I love our cashmere. You can't go wrong with cashmere. A whole bunch of colors of cashmere here.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I like our purses. They're most of them are vegan material, but they really give the leather-like feel, and they're nice. Got a lot of nice items. It's hard to narrow it down.
Awesome. Well, I certainly enjoy your shop and just the feeling that's in there. Let's come back to you both in just a moment. So Erica, tell us more about, some of the pieces that you have, and then also kind of what your hope is for the future with your shop. I know you had just moved into a downtown location, and you have some things that you're, I'm sure, scheming about that and more. So tell us what your hopes are for the future.
Yeah, so I, as far as the new store, is that what you're speaking of?
Sure.
Okay. So future, I am excited about, maybe I'm wishful thinking, but I do really think that people are going to support local. I think that there's so much, the downtown has already felt different with every, mind you, there's still things that need to be done. No one's going to say that there's still empty buildings. That's a fact. But with the restaurants being able to go outside, and we've had some really beautiful weather lately, it feels more alive. And I think that that's going to continue. So people shopping and buying gifts for people, I think that that's happening. Enough returns you're going to get online is going to teach you to start shopping locally. Mm-hmm. So I think that that's happening. As far as the future for our store, I'm really excited about the one that we're moving into in the mall. We have a really large men's section, which we haven't gotten to have in the Funk Zone. It's been pretty small. So we have a much larger one, a larger shoe section, loungewear, just, we have more space, and it just feels like I can do a little bit. I feel ever since the smaller store on State Street, you give me an inch and I take a mile, and I'm like, every single little corner is like filled with some bag or something local or something made, which is fun. But there is more space in this one, so things will be easier to walk around, and you'll be able to showcase the pieces that I feel like haven't gotten the notice that maybe they needed because there was other things around them. So I'm really excited, just like floor space and being able to bring in some companies that I've never been able to, just for sheer lack of anywhere to hang them. So we have a lot of new vendors and a lot of new brands from all over, which I think is great, from all over the world, which is so fun.
Ooh, well, that's awesome. And tell people exactly where that location is.
It's going to be 317 Paseo Nuevo, which is right across the street from the Gap, which is a while back used to be where Black House White Market used to be. So the corner spot right there.
Awesome. And then how else can people learn more about your business? Share maybe your website and any social media sites that you have, so that you do a decent amount of online as well as in person, or is it mostly in person?
We are just brick and mortar purchasing. So you can follow us on Instagram, and if you DM me on Instagram, I can save things and ship them, but we really are just an in-person type of shopping situation right now. Doesn't mean that in the future, but that's a whole nother ballgame.
Right here,
So
yeah,
we have-
absolutely, makes
it's a
sense.
lot. Yeah. So we're Dylan Star SB is our Funk Zone location, and we talk about the Paseo. And then our brand new Instagram is Dylan Star Paseo, and then that'll be all the new up and coming things. And then we're on Facebook and all that stuff too. So that's kind of the main way of supporting or getting our newsletter. Any of that helps.
All right, well, very good. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's exciting to think about. So you don't have any menswear currently at either of your locations.
In the Funk Zone, we do, not in the pop-up, but in the Funk Zone, we do. It's just a little bit small. There's still some great pieces. We have 2 local brands, which I think is fantastic that we have local brands in the men's area, and we can even beef up that in the new one too.
Okay. Well, for all those men out there who think, it's not important to dress decent during the pandemic and you've been mostly staying inside, your ladies really still appreciate when you're dressing nice. So, and your guys, of course, too.
They feel good when they dress nice too. They always say they don't, but they do. They like it.
Robin, what else should we know about Salt Boutique? What do you have in store for the next little bit? What should we be looking forward to?
What I'm going to do is in the back of my store is kind of empty space. I have a big cabinet and I've been trying to decide, get rid of it. And I just had the designer come this morning and we're going to do yoga wear. Everybody that comes into the store now is in some kind of yoga wear, which has gone maybe into streetwear. And I think that we have a need for that since Dristy's gone. And I think you can get yoga wear online or at some of the studios. I myself don't do yoga, but I have asked every single person that comes in, what's their favorite brand and, who are they carrying? So we're working on that. Also, I just reached out to Amy from Plum Goods. That was one of my favorite stores and she's such a great gal and she's doing some consulting. And so I'm hoping that she'll come on and she'll help us with some gifts and expand the gift items. So
oh, great. I just talked with her this morning. Amy,
oh, you did?
And she is helping us with filling some vacancies downtown. So she's doing some matching up with businesses who are looking for spaces. And so lots of positive work going on there.
Okay, great. I hope that we do get to work with her. We haven't had a meeting in the store, but I'm hoping coming soon. And maybe that will be in time for the holidays. And if not, just for the future going forward. And I might even get back into cards. When I had my first store, I was a card shop. I even won like the best of way back, probably in 1985 or something. And that's a love I have. So I bought a few little card lines and it's a love. And so we're probably going to put up like maybe a little wall of cards and get back into that just for the fun of it since I enjoy it. So those are things, people come in all the time since Nordstrom's is gone. They're looking for pajamas. They're looking for bathrobes. We have some beautiful cotton bathrobes that a friend of ours called Mud Lotus makes from India. So we have those now. And she just made the cutest thing where she's making pajamas that are coming inside of a sack. So those are really cute. We'll be having those for Christmas. And, it's just a top and a bottom and 100% cotton with cute prints. So just trying to pick up the slack of whatever, we feel like we're lacking, or when people come in and they say, where can you go for this or that? We're trying to fill in some of those niches. So that's our plan for the future.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all of those years of success. Very exciting.
Thank you.
As we start to wrap up a little bit, I just want to give you both or you all an opportunity to just kind of share anything else you want people to know. And then we'll toss it back to Emily to share what's happening at the Independent. I know there's some fun stuff coming up there. They've always got so many things going on. Erica, anything else you want to share that you want to make sure our community knows about Dylan Star?
Just the grand opening is real exciting. So please, we're going to do tons of giveaways and we have a lot of fun things happening then. So that's the 15th through the 17th of this month. And then I just really want to thank our community for all the support. We're still here. Our businesses are still here. And we're so grateful for that because, you know, that's very nice. I could get emotional, but thank you very much.
Yes, well, I mean, you just said just a grand opening. I mean, that is so special. We're talking about a grand opening of a new business that you started in the Funk Zone. You had a pop-up location, and now you found a brand new, fabulous, larger location that you're able to do more. I just want to also congratulate you for, you know, expansion during a very difficult time. That is hard to do. That is hard to come by. That means that you have a lot of community support, and that is a growth of, you know, a lot of perseverance, heartfelt action, and building a community around your business. All of you have been doing that for so many years, and that's what makes local business special. So congratulations for that. Definitely, can people find out more about that grand opening on your website? Why don't you stick that, if you want to both type in the website in the chat to the host and panelists, that would be great.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Is that something Emily can do?
Yeah, especially if Emily can multitask, because I'm going to ask her some questions. But yeah, anything else, Robin and Grace, would you like to share about your business before we kind of switch gears and talk about stuff with the Independent, what's coming up for downtown, and then the next show?
For us, I think that, you know, we covered a lot, but I know it's been very hard times. So there are some people aren't as fortunate, and I hope people can get out into nature. I know for me, I meditate every morning, and that's how I kind of center myself. So I just pray for everybody, people who are struggling or who feel anxious, since these have been such difficult times, that they can do something. You have to take some time for yourself. You either sit in nature, or you know, do some meditation, maybe it's yoga, and just try to center yourself. I think that that's important because we really don't know what's to come in the future. We hope that it's all goes back to some sort of normalcy that we've had, but that's what I just give all my love to all the people out there, everybody, and especially those that are hurting. That's my message, really.
Well, excellent message, wonderful recommendation. Thank you for sharing that heartfelt. I'm sure that that is well received by many. All right, Emily, back to you. Tell us what's happening at the Independent.
Yes, we have a couple exciting things happening. Tonight is actually our District 6 discussion with the candidates for City Council, and District 6 is the downtown district. So if you live downtown and you get to vote in this election, definitely tune in tonight and listen to the Tyler Hayden is moderating, and he'll be asking the different candidates different questions, and it's just always good to know the candidates and your options and all that. So that is tonight at 5:30, and you can register at independent.com/discussions. We did one for the mayoral race last night, and then we're doing one for District 4 on Monday. So if you are interested in those, definitely check them out, and you can watch the recordings after if you miss it. And then on a more fun note, we are hosting, well, our Best of Issue is coming out October 21st. And that is where we publish the results of our Best of Santa Barbara Readers Poll that happened all summer long. And to go along with that, we are hosting a scavenger hunt. So people can sign up and you can have a team, and you will get a clue book on Saturday morning filled with clues, and you and your friends can go around and solve the clues and submit your answers, and then the winning team will win $1,000 in cash. So
wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's a fun way to celebrate the winners of Best of, but also to do something fun over the weekend with your friends, and to get out and enjoy downtown Santa Barbara. So, and I do want to say that downtown Santa Barbara is a sponsor of that. So we're so lucky to have them participating and helping us with that. So
how could we stay away? We want to push people all to these businesses, and what a great way to, you know, show up at a place that you've never seen before by like exploring all these great best of spots. So people have to know about these places. So we're a very proud sponsor.
yes, thank you. So if you want more information on that, you can go to independent.com/scavenger hunt. And I think that's everything that I have this week to talk about, but some exciting stuff happening. So.
All right. Well, I will share just a couple of things. Tonight is First Thursday. So we have about 30 venues participating throughout downtown, hosting artists, live music, different activities happening. So if you have never been to First Thursday, it is every first Thursday of the month from 5 to 8. So definitely hop around. There'll be live music outside as well. Our State Street Promenade Market is happening again today and every Thursday from 3 to 7:30 on the 900 block. We've added live music. It's also featuring a number of local restaurants as well. So it's a great way to kind of taste and dabble and then explore additional places. And then Pianos on State are back. So we have 10 locally painted 10 pianos that are painted by local artists throughout downtown. So if you enjoy playing piano, or if you just even want to see these really cool art creations, it's definitely worth a visit. They will be out, I believe, until the 24th or 25th of October. So that's pretty exciting. We are also planning some Halloween activities coming up. We have our Safe Trick or Treat. So that is going to be fun to bring that back. So it's a way to hop around to many of these different downtown businesses. Will be offering candy and treats for our little ones to hop around. And we're also doing a call for participation right now for our holiday event series. So we're not doing our regular holiday parade this year. It just was a little bit too risky to bring 100,000 people out. So instead, we're going to parcel that out throughout the entire month of December. So we would welcome your participation and your activities in that. So lots happening. We hope to see you out tonight for First Thursday or at one of these great businesses, Salt Boutique or Dylan Star. Thank you so much, Erica, Robin, and Grace, and of course, Emily, for joining us today. And always fun to be here with some female-owned businesses. Congratulations.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much. Thank you.
Very nice to be here.
All right, we'll see you all next time. We'll be back at 3 o'clock next Thursday for the next Downtown Business Spotlight.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.